Hi there, it's Rachel of the Strider's Adventures. I hope you're doing well. And today I'm back in the Adventurer Mindset series with a topic on decision making. Because I believe it's an important topic. We're faced, every single one of us, every day, with choices, decision to make. And it's probably one of our biggest challenge. So I'm here to share with you my 5 do's and don'ts in decision making. Let's go dive in. How to really make the right decision, how to know whether it's the best choice you can do right now. How can we be sure? In our everyday life, every single minute, we are faced with choices and decisions to make. Some have little impacts and therefore don't bother us so much. But others are so important that going one way or the other can just rock our entire world. So how to know? And then we keep thinking over and over, we weigh the pros and the cons and we try to figure out which way to go and what to do. And when I'm alone out there in the middle of the Arctic winter, I'm faced just with the same situation. I have to make decisions, like in everyday life. I need to make important decisions, and sometimes even life-threatening ones. Sometimes they are clear, the direction is obvious, and sometimes they're not. So here what I do. I got a 5 steps formula that I apply every single time. Because out there, any decision I'm going to take has a ripple effect on everything that follows. Sometimes the impact goes far beyond the ongoing expedition. So here are my 5 go-to keys to make the right decision every single time. So here are my 5 keys. So key number 1, and it can be obvious, but still it's important to be aware of it, is that decision is inevitable. Maybe it can seem obvious or logical, but it's very important anyway to be aware that whether you take the decision of going left or right, or whether you decide not to take any decision and to stay there, in itself, it's a decision. So whatever choice, whatever option you have to make the decision in a way or another. So better make the best ones. Once you know that, you cannot run away from decision making. Number 2 is know your why. And this is for me a crucial step. So know why you need to make that decision. What are the reasons pushing you to make it? And even more important, what are the hidden and real motives behind each option you have? Listen carefully. Are you moving towards something, or are you running away from something? So is your choice or the option you have in front of you motivated by fear, lack, distrust, unhappiness? Is it conditioning? Is it like a should? Or is it eagerness? Is it conviction, freedom, abundance, the potential it offers you, the joy it makes you feel? So no reason in itself is good or bad. It's just about being real with yourself, being aware of what are the reason behind the options offered in front of you. You have to be clear on the why, and this will help tremendously for the next step. Now, key number 3. After the why, it's time. About timing. Now, how decisive is it to make the choice right now? Is it so important that you need to take it in the second that follow, or do you have some time to make the decision when things have been a bit clearer? How imperative is it to make it right now? Is it like an opportunity that cannot be missed, or an offer that is only available once in a lifetime? Think about it. It's an argument that is so massively used in sales. It's such a major mental trigger. And it works every single time because we as people are so scared to miss an opportunity. So I believe that in most cases, there's always enough time to gain clarity before making a move in one or the other direction. It can be a few seconds, minutes, hours, even days. It really depends on the situation. But being pushed to make a decision doesn't lead to a satisfying result most of the time. And why so? Because it's not that the choice in itself is wrong, but it leaves room for what I call the wobbly thinking, this fearful thinking that I talk about just after. It's what we all call the buyer's remorse. Like, oh, if I had known better, I wouldn't. Maybe I should have done that instead. So that's the wobbly thinking. And if you push to make a decision, you can easily fall into that trap. So, do you have all the elements in hand to decide? Or can you wait just a little more to make things a bit clearer, to get new elements, to get time to clarify things, make some research. Right, and then once this is clear, you can go into number 4, which is my go-to every single time. Trust your gut. I will never ever skip that step. And if you just do one, that would be the one you have to do. It's the secret ingredient, and honestly, it saved my life more than once when I was out there in nature, and I believe it's just the same in your daily life. So, and also that secret ingredient is the one that will leave you satisfied and happy with your choice, because you've really made it from the inside out. It's whatever how hard and decisive or important the choice was, you made it because you felt you were called to make it. So how we go into that? Here we go. So let me guide you. First, it's about asking your guidance. So you can ask yourself questions like, how does it feel? What does your gut tell you? If you knew you could not fail, you could not be hurt or hurt anyone else, if you had no fear and you knew you would be fine, what choice would you make? And if you go left, how does it feel? If you go right, how do you feel? How does your body react to it? This is really important. Your body is going to send you a signal. So whether you're choosing something that feels better or is better for you, your body is going to either tense or get lighter. You will have a feeling. So ask yourself the question for each option you have and feel it inside you. How do you feel? I'm going to give you a little exercise just after, so you can do it and apply it especially for that key number 4. It works wonders. And believe me, from my experience and the one I had with people I've been working with, the right solution for now, with the elements you have in hand, always feel lighter. It always feels better than the other options you have. Now, key number 5. Once you've made a decision, align with it. And by that I mean be aware of your inner dialogue once you've made a decision. I believe that no decision in itself is either good or bad. It's what you will make of it that will turn it into a good one. But be aware of your inner dialogue, of these inner chatter there in your head that can totally ruin a decision you just make. When you start doubting or questioning your choice with what if I had done this, if I had known that, you start scattering your energy all over the place, and it can eventually ruin the choice you made. That's what I call the wobbly thinking. It messes up with where you are right now. It messes up with your energy, and it messes up with what you're doing right now. So you get lost in fear, you get lost in translation, and that can definitely lead to self-sabotage. As an example, while I'm on a solo expedition, this fearful inner dialogue is extremely dangerous because it sucks up my energy. It interferes with my actions and it messes up with my mind, and it can lead me to make mistakes. And when dealing with minus 30 temperatures, believe me, you just don't want to go there because consequences can be mortal. So I think step number 2, 3, and 4 are extremely important because they prevent you from going down that path of wobbly and fearful thinking. And next, what next? If you realize later on, when the situation has changed a little bit, or when you have explored that way for a while, that it wasn't the best option for you, then fine, it happens. You can always course correct. Remember, you took the decision at the point with the element you had at hand then. That's it. And it's fine if it's not, after a certain time, it doesn't reveal to be the right one. It's okay. Probably there was something for you to learn from there. It doesn't mean it was utterly wrong. You just had, now you have other elements, other information, and you can make another decision. So don't blame yourself, don't beat yourself up, it's useless. Just learn, get the most of that experience, that decision, and bounce back. Bounce back to make an even better one. Because now you have more elements, probably other options. What is yours will never pass you by. So you cannot miss an opportunity. It will always come back. A better one will always come back. Trust me. And the choice you make cannot be wrong. It's only what you make of them. So if it wasn't the best one, it's okay. There was something there for you. Take it and move on. Bounce back. And go for an even better choice, even better option next time. Have fun. Lots of love. Bye bye.